G'day, Internet. It's your favorite weirdo, Moonlight Mess, and I am a mess. And I am here with the story of the Red Cupcake. Trips talk. Um, so this story actually has a small precursor to it. So long story short, I was with an ex. He suffered from acid reflux. Came back early from something, saying that his stomach hurt. So we just thought it was acid reflux stuff. He went and took a nap and we met up with some friends for dinner and everything was fine. Until we got home and he started throwing up what looked like bloody coffee grounds. And that was when I was like, nope, emergency room, now. And we get to the emergency room and they're like, yeah, it was a good thing you came in because you need your appendix out, sir. So that was really stressful. Anyway, this is what has happened in my past so that the real story I'm going to tell you will make sense. Context. So, my son was, I don't know, about 4 years old, and we had just gone to like a little Halloween party thing, and we were sent home with the leftover cupcakes. And we had finished dinner. Mom, can I have a cupcake? Sure, baby, you can have a cupcake, and then we'll get you in the bath and get ready for bed. And after he got out of the bath, he wanted another cupcake. Specifically, the one with the red frosting, because obviously a different color means a different flavor. And he's already tried the green, the purple, and the yellow frosting cupcakes, but he hasn't tried a red one yet. So can I have a red cupcake? No, baby. We just got you out of the bath. You're all nice and clean for dinner. But tell you what, if you're really good and don't make a fuss about going down to bed, I will let you have the red cupcake for breakfast. I don't know. Maybe that's bad parenting. Maybe it's choosing your battles. Talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, so I told him no red cupcake, and he was kind of bummed about it, but he didn't throw a fit. So we did our usual bedtime routine, got him to sleep, kind of did my usual single mom thing of like having something grown up playing on the TV, but just completely disassociating, trying to, figure out life. And I hear my son kind of gagging in the bedroom. So, this can't be good. So I jumped up, ran into the bedroom. Hey, babe, you okay? And he said, Mom, I threw up. So I flicked on the light, and there was just red coming down from his mouth. So I'm trying not to freak out, because if I'm panicked, then he's going to panic. And then there's going to be absolutely no way I'm going to be able to get him in the car and get him to the ER. So I'm panicking internally. But externally, I'm going, okay, baby, this looks like a doctor situation. Let's get you cleaned up and take you to the doctor just to make sure everything's okay. Got him got his shirt off, and then he had to throw up again. And it looked like bloody coffee grounds. I've seen this movie before. So immediately, it's a harder, okay, I'm trying not to freak out, but we are going to pick up the pace a little, Got him changed into like some clean clothes, called his sperm donor to let him know we were going to the emergency room. Went to the emergency room, did that whole, several hour thing to like check in and get triaged, and then wait forever for a room, and then wait forever for the doctor to be available. No, and it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted. We left the ER when I was supposed to be leaving for work. So I called them and said, hey, I'm not coming in. I just spent all night in the hospital with my son, and we just got released. I ain't coming in today. Click. So anyway, so we finally get to talk to a doctor. And, like, what did he have for dinner? I told the doctor what he had for dinner. Has he had anything else? And I said, no. And then Trips goes, oh, I had a red cupcake. You mean the red cupcake I told you you couldn't have until tomorrow morning? Yes! I didn't know whether to be relieved or pissed off because he disobeyed me. Like, obviously, you're supposed to be like, like there are consequences. You need to listen to what grown-ups tell you to do. But also at the same time, like, he was just so happy telling the doctor. And the fact that instantaneously I'm like, oh, thank God my 4-year-old doesn't need surgery. But also that was a really expensive cupcake. Let's just say that. It was an expensive cupcake. So yeah, there's a story about the red cupcake and why I will always immediately take you to the emergency room if you've got any orangish, reddish tint to your vomit whatsoever. And if the texture isn't what you just ate, we're definitely going to the hospital. I don't care. So yeah, really expensive red cupcake because we had to go to the emergency room for 5 hours about it because I thought my son needed his appendix out. Thank you for joining me for Trips Talk and Story Time. I hope you enjoyed that. And as Trips always says, remember, stay weird and take dance breaks.